You're welcome to Vsmdesigns. In this video, I am going to walk you through the step-by-step processes on how to make this Danshiki outfit using Agbada design. If you are new to this channel, kindly hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and click on the thumbs button so that when next I upload any video, you will be the first to be notified. If you are a returning fan, thank you for checking back. Share this video to your friends, to your colleagues, and even to your enemies. Tell them about Vsmdesigns. There's always something new to learn because the more you look is the more you see, and the more you see is the more you learn. Let's go straight to the table. As you can see, I have already cut the cloth, and if you don't know how to cut this Danshiki, I have a video on this channel and I have dropped the link at the end of this video, so you have to watch to the end of this video for you to watch how to cut it. I have already joined the shoulders just as you can see, and after joining I am smoothing it, and now I am trimming the neck. I also have a video on how to trim the neck perfectly, and I have also dropped the link at the end of this video. Let's proceed. Now I have finished trimming the neck, and this is the Agbada design that I am going to place on the front. If I make the opening at the center, it will not enter anybody's head unless a baby's head. Therefore, this is where I am going to make an opening, and I am extending it in such a way that when I place the Agbada design, it is going to cover the end. Now I am going to cut some pieces of fabric, and before I cut them into pieces, I am interfacing the fabric with hairstyle. So after gumming it, I am going to cut them into 4 pieces. You just have to make it long enough in such a way it will be somehow longer than what you have just marked on the chest of the outfit. So what I'm doing now is I cut a biased strap that I'm going to use for the piping of the neck. We are going to fix our invisible zipper, and I am changing the footer to a single footer, which is convenient for fixing invisible zipper. Now the 4 pieces of fabrics that I cut, I am going to use them to work on the invisible zipper. 2 will be for the front, while the other 2 will be for the back, so that we can maintain neatness both at the front and at the back, which is very, very important. After making the first stitches, I opened the invisible zipper so that I can run the second thread, which will now make it invisible, because this second threading after opening the zipper will go very close to the teeth of the zipper. I am repeating the same with the second piece of fabric. And when you look at it like this, you can see that it is not really well closed. Therefore, I am opening it in such a way I can run the second thread, which is closer to the teeth. This is perfect. Now our next task is to fix the one at the behind, because when looking at it you can see that the back of it is somehow rough. Therefore we are going to fix the remaining two pieces at the back this way so that we maintain neatness. So this is it. Perfect. We now go to the ironing table. So after smoothing it, we are going to add hemming gum under it. Just make sure that the hemming gum doesn't rest on the seam allowance inside. So you can see both the front and the back are very neat. So after doing this, we are going to fix it to the clothes, and for us to achieve that, I am going to mark 1.5 inches. You can do your own 2 inches, you can do 1 inch, just depending on your choice, but here I am marking 1.5 inches. So I am marking it so that I will be sure. I am also marking the same 1.5 inches on the back side of the zipper, so that it will be easy for me when I am fixing it to the outfit. This is how I am going to place it to fix. Now we are on the machine, so I am placing it this way. You can see the essence of the chalk that I marked. I am placing it on that very line, so that when you look at it, you can trace and match the lines together. So you are going to sew it this way up to the place that I made a coordinate on the material. So you stitch, you top stitch there, and when you get to this point, you can now make a slit on it. Now for you to achieve a perfect slit, you have to remove your cloth from the needle and make a stitch. And for me, I think it's not advisable for you to make this slit before stitching. Now you are going to flip this. Look at how I'm flipping this. Look at how I'm flipping it, so that I can run the thread at the down part of the cape that I've just made. You make sure that you top stitch. When you get to the other end, you also stitch and pull your needle out so that you can make a notch up to here you just stitched. You also put your needle back, and now you do the flip again. Flip to the other side. Then you continue your stitching, and as you stitch, you're monitoring the line that you drew on the cloth and the one you drew on the cape. making sure that both of them match each other. So this is it, and this is long enough for anyone's head to enter when you open it. So we are going to trim off the excess fabric, and for the sake of neatness I am going to weave it round, which I've just done. So now I am going to smoothen what I've just sewn. If you've watched up to this point, kindly give this video a thumbs up, share it widely, and do not forget to subscribe to my channel if you've not done so. At this point, I am going to trim off the excess fabric here, but make sure that you open your zipper first, otherwise you are going to do a double job. Now I am going to do the piping, and as you can see, this place is very sharp. It will be very difficult for me to close the piping there. Therefore, I am going to make an extension of that piping there, because it's almost impossible for you to achieve a neat piping at this very place because of the shape of that very place. It's a kind of triangle. I ran about 5 lines of thread on it, so I needed to fast forward this very part because of time. So after running the 5 lines of thread, this allowance that I created here, I am going to twist it this way to form a loop, and I am going to stitch on it. I will equally stitch here. Now we are done with our piping. The essence of this thing I added here is that I can decide to zip it up this way, or I can zip it like this and fix a button here, but I will not fix button on this. Looking at it, you can see that it's still very neat. So I am placing the Agbada design here, and you can see it has covered the ending part of the zipper. Now make sure you place it very well, and I am adding hemming gum under. I will add the hemming gum around the design, and I will proceed to iron it. So after ironing it, you now go ahead and run thread round it, but you make sure that you use the same thread that they use for the design to run this particular thread, so that the threading doesn't look different. So the thread I'm using to run this is the designer's thread that they use for the Agbada design. So when you look at it, you wouldn't even know that it is thread machine that I use to run the thread. So after doing this, you now go ahead and do every other thing. That is, you now lock your outfit and complete the finishing. I went ahead and added Swarovski stones on it, which makes it glitter. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to share, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I have a lot of interesting and educative videos on my channel. Please take your time, go through my videos, and I assure you there are many things to learn.